Yo, what's going on, guys? Trey back again here to bring you another video. This one's going to be talking about Walking Dead Season 3. Going to be some more predictions. Now, this one, these predictions are not from me. These were actually submitted by a viewer. His name is The Best Productions. And basically, he sent me a list of some predictions for the Walking Dead show for Season 3. And I just kind of thought it'd be interesting to go over them and kind of give my thoughts on them. If you guys, again, like, as I've always kind of said, if you submit to me, good stuff, either be a question or predictions or anything, I will try to incorporate it into my videos. And if it's really good stuff, maybe even make a video about it. So this one's going to be his predictions, and I'm going to be giving my thoughts on it. So let's get started with what he thinks is going to happen in Season 3. The first point he makes is that he believes, we know for sure that Merle Dixon is going to return in Season 3. We know that. There's no question about that. But the question sort of comes as, in what capacity, what's going to be happening to his character at the time when he does return in Season 3, because we know he's going to come back. Obviously, he's missing his right hand. So, in terms of him and his ability to defend himself, and in terms of his ability to shoot and do a lot of these different things, is going to be pretty tough, for him to do any of that kind of stuff, to defend himself, to defend against, zombies or even people, fight with people, this kind of stuff. It's going to be kind of tough for him because he's going to be missing his right hand, of course. So he basically says his first point is that since Merle lost his right hand, it would make more sense for him to be a prisoner of the governor, okay, than to be a leader or, like, a high-level ranked, guy in the group. And I think I have to agree with that. The thing about it is, though, is that Merle is such, an important character because we haven't seen him for a while, and having him come back will be a big thing. He could be a prisoner. He could be, like, let's say some of the group maybe finds the governor's group, gets captured by them, and thrown into imprisonment. Maybe there they'll meet Merle. Maybe he'll be in imprisonment too, because you guys know from the first season, Merle's trying to, he's trying to take over and stuff like that. He's trying to take over the group and all that, and he's trying to vote himself in charge and all these kinds of stuff. So maybe that's possible. Since he's missing that hand, I could see him more as a prisoner than as of, like a high level ranking type guy within the group. Yeah, so I think that makes sense too. The second one he says is depending on the governor's occupation, I think he may have been in the helicopter escaping Atlanta. Well, I think that possibly he may have been in that. Maybe not him, but I believe Glenn Mazzara, the director of, or is the director, producer of the Walking Dead TV show now, since Frank Darabont's gone, pretty much said that they're going to tie that in. So they're going to use the helicopter, even though probably before it really was just a helicopter used as a plot convenience to do things with the plot. They're going to make it so that the governor's group has helicopters, apparently. So that, or at least that's what it sounds like. They might be pointing towards. So Randall's group, the governor's group, Dave and Tony's group, those guys probably will have a helicopter, at least probably one. If those guys are in the same group as the governor, we don't even know that for sure either. Number 3, I predict they will be an ally with the governor at first, and then they mention them executing Randall, and then that could make them become enemies. Me personally, I don't think they'll ever be allies with the governor. I don't think so. I think that they will always be, as soon as the governor's introduced, I think he will find out about, Dave and Tony and Randall, and pretty much right off the bat be like, okay, we're going to go searching for these, jerks who did this. I don't think that they'll be allies with the governor ever or at all. It might seem that way when they first meet him, but I think that pretty much right off the bat he's going to make it known that he's in charge, and he's not going to let any other group or anybody change that. I don't think he's going to be allies with anybody, so I have to disagree with that one, that prediction. Next one is I don't think he'll be as evil as you stated. For him having 30 people in his group. Well, the thing is with the governor is that he's not evil to people in his group, or at least not that bad. He is really vile towards people in other groups and in other, out there in the world, strangers, so to speak. He's nice to the people who are inside his group that are under his leadership, but to everyone else is an enemy to him. So I think that will stay. I don't think that will, continue onward. Or I mean, I don't think that, you know, he will be a very nice person or that he'll be allies with anybody in Rick's group or other groups at all. Next one is they will introduce a lot of new characters in the prison. For there being 30 people with the governor's group, the writers don't want them to get slaughtered, so they're going to have to introduce other people. Yeah, you know, I agree with that. I agree with that. He also thinks that Lori will probably die at the end of it. At the end of the season, I can see. Yeah, I think Lori probably at the end of season 3 would make sense to kill Lori off. I really do think so. So I think that's probably what we will see happen. You know, close to the end of the season. Also, introducing more people into the group, I think makes sense too, because you know Rick's group is pretty small at this moment. Like when we see them out there, you know, on the road like that's not a lot of people that they have with them. I mean, I don't know. I mean, you'd have to count them, but that's less than 10 people, isn't it? I mean, T Dog, Carl doesn't count, Rick, Herschel, and then the women. Do the women count? Andrea does. Lori, I guess Lori could shoot. Maggie, Beth. So you're looking at like less than 10 people. So they're outnumbered about 3 or 4 to 1 in terms of, you know, odds against the governor's group. So you know that probably would be pretty bad. So yeah, I can see there being a lot of people in the prison and having some new characters that weren't in the comic book in the prison. Some of them good, some of them bad, and trying to have to weed them out and figure out which one's which. I think that would be interesting too. So will Lori give birth to the baby next season? She should. She should. Yeah, Lori should give birth to the baby. Judy probably will be her name, and it'll probably be a female baby. Should be next season. I can see that happening for sure. What else does he say here? Yeah. Um, if she doesn't die in the war between the governor and Rick, she will die childbirth. I don't think she'll die of childbirth. I don't think Lori will die during childbirth. I disagree with that one. I don't think so. Rick and his group lost hope until unexpected Andrea and Michonne come in. Yeah, I mean, I think that one of the themes of the season and of the series is going to be, you know, them losing a little bit of hope. So Michonne and Andrea or Michonne takes Andrea to her group. I don't think that Michonne has a group at all. Andrea, Michonne, and the rest of Michonne's group will go back to the farm and realize everyone is gone. Maybe, yeah, that's possible too. They will encounter 10 to 20 zombies and face a zombified Jimmy. Oh, that'd be interesting if they bring the actor back. That'd be cool to see. Andrea knows how to work the RV, so they may take the RV back. I can see that. Yep, getting the RV back. This is 6 to 10 episodes in season 3. So around that time when they get the RV back, he thinks. Andrea Michonne's group will come back and take care of the remaining of the governor's group. Well, we'll see what happens with all of that. Rick gets emotional that Andrea dies. I don't think they're going to kill Andrea. I really don't. Rick gets really overprotective of Carl. And that's pretty much it. Yeah, I can see that. I can see him becoming very overprotective of Carl in that. So that's pretty much it for his predictions for season 3. Expect more from me coming soon. And if you guys have any predictions and some good stuff, send me a list or send me videos or send me ideas for video suggestions. Later, guys.